Well folks, welcome back to the workshop again to another Makita repair video. We've got a wee Makita SDS Drill on for repair, the DHP243. These are becoming as common as the DeWalt ones now, but they do seem to last a little bit longer. This one here is actually from 2018, so not too bad for 8 years old. Let's see what's wrong with her. Well, we've got a wee bit of grease up here, but that could easily just be tool holder grease. Oh, she's running. Oh, a bit smoky. Smells like a magnet, actually. Whew. Don't be breathing that dust on too much. I think the rotor's gone. She's 2018, so she should be the older machine, the original one with the original rotor inside, which was a powder metallurgy magnet that have a tendency to break. That's what I think is wrong here. She's running anyway, the controller's working, you can hear a hammer, but she's just not running right here. See what I mean? Something's going round or doing something, but it's not actually moving. But then if you go hard, she is turning. So she's doing both things. She's rotating and she's not. And she stinks. And she's covered in grease. Right, let's get under here and see. Take out all the gearbox screws because I'll have to lift this up. All these out now. The main reason these Makitas don't burn up the batteries and the holders and burn out the battery slides where it becomes loose, it's because of this little cradle, little second housing here. This is a wee separate battery terminal and rubber feet. Actually allow the Makita batteries to flex in the holder. So as the drill's vibrating, the battery's not vibrating, that's sitting on its own holder, so it doesn't just destroy the plastic. Alright. Yeah, looks like the problem. This rotor, actually you can tell by the feel of it, should be worn. It's not roasting hot, it's not a burnt out motor. It'll be generating some heat. Lift that up. Pull. And there's your problem. There's your rotor. The problem's not just that glittery spot. The problem's the fact that it ain't attached. That's what happens. These can sometimes snap completely, break, or just get pulverized. But all other times, they just break loose from the center shaft. So this will be running, and this will be spinning, but it won't be attached to this. This will just be spinning on its own, and there'll be nothing happening inside the gearbox. And then other times when you run it hard and fast, it's banging around on the shaft so much it actually does get it to move, but nowhere near enough torque or force to actually get it to drill anything. So that still won't work. It'll look like it's running, you pull the trigger hard and fast. When you put it onto the concrete, it'll just sit there doing nothing. That's the problem. She's broken off. So we're going to have to change that. A bit grubby here as well, so I might just give it a quick wee clean out before we actually remove that. Just to tidy it up a wee bit. We'll just give that a blow down as well. And just cleans it up a wee bit before we remove it as well. You're cleaning up in here before you put the air compressor on it. Just lift them two boys out because they always get lost. Little pin and a roller, that's just to help the battery go on and keep it tight in the holder. So that should be okay. Wee bit of wear inside for that where that armature is rubbing around, but it's nothing major. I think it should be alright. We'll not need to replace the stator anyway. Should only get away. All I need to get away, change this here. Couldn't be easier to do. Don't have to dismantle the gearbox at all. Don't have to go in there at all. You leave it completely alone. Two little bolts here. Pop them out. Move that little plate. And your rotor should just pull straight out. That's her. Replace that. That'll fix your drill. It shouldn't be too expensive as well. One of the reasons why I do like Makita for this reason. They may not admit that they made a mistake or it was a bad design or a failed part, but they do correct it. See, this type of rotors and a lot of their drills, and there's nothing actually wrong with it. It's actually as a good rotor, but when there's vibrations involved, it's not as good. It can do this here. The vibrations can eventually kill it and cause it to come loose. So it wasn't the best of choices. So Makita improve it, or they upgrade it. And it's not just this. There's actually been 3 upgrades. There was this, then there's another upgrade, and then they changed over to this one here. And this is the one with the steel laminate one. So no more powder metallurgy. This is a much stronger one. And actually looks a hell of a lot better too. There's wee brass inserts and everything on it. Good quality bearings in both. NSK bearings, top and bottom. It's just a direct swap. Just this here. It's a lot more power, a lot more stronger than the magnet, with a bit more power out of it, but just more reliable. So it won't actually be able to do this again. That's one of the reasons I like Makitas. Mightn't admit to it that there's an issue, but they will fix it if there is one, if they find it. Just top up that grease a wee bit as well. That's why they always want warranties done with repair. They don't like to replace them, because whenever these come out, then they see all the faults, they see the issues, they see what's failing, and they start seeing the same part failing time and time again. They look at it, see what the problem is, modify it, address it, or replace it, and put out a new part number. So whenever you order it then in the future, you get a new part number that doesn't have the same issues. Always like Makita for that reason. Unlike some other brands, when they have an issue with a machine or a part, instead of changing it or addressing it, and if they do change it or address it, they'll actually take out a whole new machine and have a relaunch on it again, or they just basically just change one wee part. Or other times they do absolutely nothing. They just let you buy it and use it anyway, even though they know something's failing on it. Even worse, there's ones out there that'll take that bad part and they'll stick it into more machines again, because it causes them to fail a little bit sooner, making you buy them more and more. So Makita couldn't fault them for that reason. Dear enough little part. What is she? €54 plus the VAT. But it will be an improvement. The other thing I'm going to just do is solder these here connectors, because these can also come loose. If these start getting a bit of play, because they're only spade connectors, if they get any play at all, they'll actually shut down the controller. So you'll be drilling and they'll just shut down, or else they'll start vibrating back and forth. That'll probably be these here. Eventually will start to happen, so if you just stick a wee dab of solder in each of these to prevent it from ever happening. So that's what I'm just going to do as well. It's not just an excuse to get out the wee Mealuff cordless soldering iron. It is actually a little bit of preventative repair. But this is always a nice wee thing to use. You don't mind doing a bit of soldering with it now, because just like that, she's ready to go. This thing takes no time at all to heat up. We don't need much. Just remember, if you ever need to change that stator, you'll have to unsolder it. Rid of that. Stick this back together. You also just couldn't get an easier repair. A couple of screws to take out, and then it's just a straight swap. Just to get them 2 other wee bolts holding the rotor plate on, and that's it. Other wee thing to check on them is just that little red wire there. Make sure that doesn't come loose. Sometimes they can break. If they break, you can just solder that wire together as well. But that one's okay. Just wrap it around there so it's not vibrating as much. Right. I think that should do. My pin just sits there. And the roller sits on top. My damper, piece of rubber basically. You can also replace them as well if this reassembly does become a little bit too slack. If it's rattling around an awful lot and it's annoying you, you can replace them two boys and that'll actually tighten it up again. That's it. Very quick, easy, relatively cheap repair. And that wee drill there is costing just about over €200. So paying €50 for a part ain't so bad. With a wee bit of solder in them contacts, and you'll save a lot of trouble also down the road. Now this is the 243, which just means it has the changeable chuck. You can remove that there and then put on a standard chuck, or you can just keep it SDS. A little bit dear to buy because you're getting the two chucks in the kit. The standard one is the 242, which is the exact same machine, just with a bolt-on chuck. You can't remove it. It all depends if you ever just need to use a steel chuck for a standard drill on your drill. But if you have another Makita drill, you really don't need to have it. Some boys just get them for no reason at all. The other chuck just ends up getting lost anyway. And these here have more of a tendency to get lost too. But the only good thing about that is if the chuck ever wears out, if you ever wear through the wee keyways inside and it no longer holds the bit, it's a lot easier to just buy a new chuck and stick it on. But that would require you working through or using up the whole drill first, wearing out the whole thing. Anyway, that should do. I should get this Makita up and running properly again. Well, if you put the chuck on right, that is. Now, when you're on a slow speed, it's actually engaging now. Still has loads of power and no more stink out of her. The other thing to remember in these is don't change the mode 2 at a time. You can only change 1 at a time. That's what this little sticker here is for. It's telling you to only change 1 mode at a time. Change 1, pull the trigger, then go to the next. You're not meant to go from hammer drill to drill only. You're meant to go from 1 to the next one and then pull the trigger. But apart from that, nothing actually wrong with this thing. That's her. Up and running again. Motor running properly. Has full power just with a new rotor. If you have these older ones, especially from 2018, you can still have the older one on it, and not unless it's ever been repaired before. If it has been repaired, you'll have the new one. But if not, if you lose power or it's running, making the noise, doing absolutely nothing, it could be that there. The actual rotor, the magnet on the rotor has actually come loose and is just spinning free. 50 quid, replace it. Saves your drill, keeps you running, saves you have to spend 400 or 200 on a brand new one. Anyway folks, that's it. We quick fix today on a Makita SDS drill. As always, hope you're enjoying the videos. If you're liking them, make sure to drop us a wee like and a follow down below. But the next time, thanks for watching. I'll chat to you again next time. Cheers.